Hey guys, it's me. Sorry, fixing the camera there. My name is Lily, and I'm here for Smashing Sundays for the Freedom Fighters. And so, Tracy and I are doing a topic and it's addressing a response in one of our feedback videos. So here we go. I'll read what it's about, what the response or question was. And just comments, it was by a user named TomMax26, and he or she wrote, "My question is a request for comments on this eating disorder strategy. The phases of an eating disorder: position, power, and presence." And I think what he was meaning by phases of eating disorder recovery. So, position. Our identity is no longer the eating disorder, so there's no need to punish ourselves. Power, to choose health to break addiction moment by moment. And presence of the eating disorder, pushed out with higher power thoughts that flood the consciousness, giving a renewing sense of hope. So, like Tracy, I agree that this is definitely an interesting, topic, and this is this very interesting phases of the eating disorder recovery. I like the whole triple P action going on there. As she said, I think it's an interesting one and leaves scope for talking about recovery strategies that we have found successful. So, phase one, I guess, the first one that was mentioned was position. And the user had written, "Our identity is no longer in the eating disorder, so there's no need to punish yourself." And I have spoken about the identity, about breaking free of the identity of having an eating disorder. And honestly, I still struggle with that every single day. I'm consumed with the thoughts of, maybe not consumed, haha, I'm being punny, but I guess maybe not consumed, but it's very difficult to say, okay, I'm something other than the eating disorder, because I'm very active in awareness projects about the eating disorder, and I'm also very active in my own ministry that helps eating disorder people. I'm working on an eating disorder art therapy book. I mean, it's very much who I am. And due to health issues, I can't work and I can't go to school. Well, here's the thing though, and the reason I said "I am" in quotes is because, that's really not who you are. It's something you might do. You might help raise awareness. You might, do art therapy. You might think about helping others, as long as you help yourself first. But you aren't anorexia. I think that for me, I know one positive thing that I do is I make sure that when I talk about eating disorders, and when I talk about anorexia and bulimia nervosa, binge eating disorder, compulsive overeating, I don't say my anorexia or I'm anorexic. I am an individual who has anorexia nervosa, but here's the kicker: anorexia nervosa does not have me. You see the difference? If I'm talking about the eating disorder, I say the eating disorder that I'm struggling with, not my ED, or I have Anna or whatever. I don't understand it, but it's so important though to find an identity in other things besides doing behaviors and focusing on the symptoms and weight and calories and everything about that. So break free and find an identity. If you don't feel that you can be in an eating disorder environment, pro-recovery or not, because even if you're just focusing on, oh, I'm going to help myself by surrounding myself with a lot of pro-recovery people. Even if they are pro-recovery, they could be very, very sick and still focusing on the things that aren't really the real issues. So maybe separate yourself. And this is what's important for me, is I like, if I start feeling overwhelmed by the whole eating disorder community, I will take a step back and I say, hey, you know what, I need a break. And for me, I found it very therapeutic to journal, one, write short stories, write poetry, prose, and also use artwork, collaging, beading, traditional drawing and painting. I'm very, very, I promote art therapy like crazy because it's so helpful. Like I said, I'm working on an eating disorder art therapy book with a friend who's also on YouTube. But she and I were working on this and putting together a book that displays and features different writing and artwork, because it's so powerful. It's a way to express yourself if you don't have the words, instead of using restriction or overexercise or binging, purging, overeating. Instead of using those nonverbal things, use artwork, use writing, and the writing doesn't have to be good. The artwork doesn't have to be good in a traditional sense. It could just be expressing yourself. So continuing on, or else I'll just get off on another ramble. And to summarize, for position and breaking free of an identity, do something that you find positive outside of anything eating disorder-wise, pro-recovery or not. Try artwork, try writing, try going out with friends that don't have eating disorders, So, second part, power to choose health, to break the addiction, moment by moment. And I think that right there, those three little words, moment by moment, is exactly how I think of recovery. A lot of people, they say, oh, man, I didn't have breakfast this morning, so I guess my whole day's screwed. That's just how it works. And that's really completely a wrong way. I mean, I don't want to be black and white about it, but a wrong way to look at it, because no. Okay, so you perhaps skipped breakfast, or say you binged and purged instead of having breakfast. Okay, so 2.5 hours, 3 hours later, you're going to have a snack to do. So do your snack. Count that as an accomplishment. Every minute, every second that you decide to fight those disordered thoughts that you have in your head, every moment that you do that, you are making the conscious choice to fight the disordered thoughts, the distorted view that you have upon yourself. And when you take care of yourself every single moment, you're going to become stronger every single minute. And just because, say you slip, or okay, say you purged, that doesn't mean that you can't pick yourself up. And it's important to remember that, yes, you took a slight step backwards, but don't allow it to be a complete downslide down the hill and say, screw it, I give up. You don't have to allow that. You don't have to allow the eating disorder to impose that rule or regulation on you. So, yes, okay, you binged and purged breakfast. Okay, so snack comes around. You skip it. Damn it, twice in a row. What's going on with me? This whole day's ruined. Okay, I'll do good tomorrow. No, start right now. Start in this moment. I think that's a good point. Power to choose to fight the eating disorder moment by moment. Anyway, I'm going to make a part 2 because I'm pretty sure this is going to get cut off in a second. So, see you in a sec, hopefully.